on the Sony, the top button is for shutter speed. Right below that, white balance. And when you get one white balance there, push record, let it run for 5 seconds, and then hit pause, get another one. And when you run off 4 or 5 of these in a row, and then you go back and watch one right after another, that's how you're going to get the best idea of what they look like. I pointed the camera at a blue couch and then held in the button, and the manual setting did its thing. And this is how the camera interpreted all of the colors from a blue couch. I pointed at this material right here, something with a red tint to it, and this is how it looks. After zooming in on this yellowish basket right behind me, here's what we have. I switched it back to the daytime setting for white balance, and you can see that on any of these settings, when you're too bright, all the colors wash out. Now this was the one that really had the reddish tint, and as we go down here, you see that red come back in. There's down a couple notches, and down a couple more down. It's the lower shutter speeds that we'll be talking about here. Now if we go down from 60 to 30, well, we're only shooting half as many frames in that second, so our picture is going to start to get a little bit of a blur to it. I'll go ahead and turn this down to the 30 shutter speed, and you can see that. Now when I do, I'm just going to leave the exposure where it is now, and you can see that this also lets in a lot more light too. So you see what I mean there. To compensate, every time we go down with these shutter speeds, we have to redo the exposure and turn that down, which I'll do now. There we go. That's closer to the look that we had before. Now, you can see there's a little movement in there. You can see how there is a bit of a blur. Well, this is closer to the film look that we're going for, so this is another way, besides the soft focus and all these other things, this is another way to get that film look. Now, let me take it down to the 15. We'll look at that. This is on the 15. I had to turn the exposure down some more, but you can see when I move here, you get those trails back at Woodstock. On the 8 speed, see if there's not much movement, you can't tell, but start to move, and now we're at a Grateful Dead concert. And if we go down to the 4 speed, well, now we're in the emergency room. Back to normal. Now the slower ones, the 15 and the 8, you'll know when you shoot with those shutter speeds. But with the 30 and the 60, that's just personal choice. So you do a lot of experimenting again, see what you like.